Alright, this is a, I can't really zoom in. So this is a 57 Bel-Air power steering control valve. Let's start with the sleeve. It's got the pinch nut on it here. Taking a little bit of grease. Grease the inside of here. We've got the ball stud sleeve. Also taking grease the inside of this, like so. You've got one of the ball stud sockets here. Again, grease it. Get some grease into the cup. So you've got the threaded end up here, larger end there. You want to take and insert the ball stud cup, the flat end to here. So you get your ball stud greased. Drop it in, snap that in. The next ball stud socket here. Grease on the inside of that. Just making sure y'all were paying attention, but you want to take this, insert this in like this, and the ball stud in through there, like so. Ball stud socket, face it in. Seat it all the way. Then the ball stud spring, it's the heavier spring out of the two from this control valve. It drops in. Then you've got the spring seat. Goes into the spring, like so. That's the ball stud assembled. You've got the control rod and this gland nut that goes in like that. Insert that in. Start to tighten this by hand. You want to make sure that it threads in smoothly. You don't want to cross thread this. Find it's easiest if you take and screw it all the way down like that and then pull this up. Stick your finger through. This gland nut, you're going to spin it all the way in until it bottoms out. It's going to bottom out, and then it wants to be backed off 1/4 turn, plus or minus whatever it takes to line up with the nearest hole. And the ball stud sleeve, it's got a lock pin that goes through. I'll take my pick and I'll make sure that it's clear, both ends. And then the control rod has a slot in it that you want to line up. With the hole on the back side. Then take your lock pin, slide it right through like so. And it's kind of a pain to get set, but it will go. There you go. So this assembly here is now together. Set this aside, or rather stand it up in front of you. Now we've got this spacer here, washer spacer, drops on, this spacer to here, like so. Then you've got the V-block. So here you have a fiber washer that goes inside of there. Then you've got a seal that goes with the open side facing out of the V-block. Larger seal, same way, facing out. This goes onto the OD of it. That, take and lubricate these. Just drop on. Get a fiber washer here that goes here, the OD to the ID of the fiber washer to the OD of the inside of that V block. You got washer here, goes on like so. The lighter spring from this assembly goes to here. You've got a thrust washer. This thrust washer has a beveled edge on the inside diameter of one side, and I'm not going to be able to get it to show well on this camera. You'll see it right here. That faces up. It faces to the spool valve here. Spool valve, you're going to want to lubricate this well. And this drops on like so. It lines up right with everything. It's a bit of a pain to do. You start the nut. And you want to make sure that your washers stay aligned. You see this one here tracked off to the side a little. Your spring stays aligned with everything. There you go. Spin it to make sure that the seal, the inside seal of the V-block, isn't pinched against the spool valve. I can tighten this up real quick. Just until your pinholes are lined up. Your clip, which I have currently not lost, it's right here. Clip. Right to the castle nut up here. There'll be a hole in that, in the control rod, that will line up with one of the points of the castle nut. You need to get that lined up well. There we go. Snap that in. Like so. There you go. It's the control valve, primarily assembled, majority assembled. Lubricate it all really well. Control valve body. Again, lubrication is your friend. Take this and line up the ears with that, and it just snaps together like so. You got your nuts, or rather your bolts. Those go down to complete the assembly. they're kind of finicky as to if they're going to want to go or not. Sometimes they'll just drop in, sometimes they won't. Get it down into place. Like so. Like that.
Wide tape,
huh? Wide tape? I don't have any. I'm sorry. But that's that. The bolts will fight you, but that's the power steering control valve rebuilt. The dust cap that goes on there, and that's that.